Images are a crucial part of any website, especially if we're talking about a business website. Whether you're selling products online or simply have a website that has basic information about your services and your location, you're likely going to want to include pictures of your property if you have a storefront, or a couple photos of your various products, or maybe even some pictures of the finished result of some of your services. So to get a photo or photos on your website, you're going to start by clicking the Insert Elements button from the right-hand menu. And we're going to just start out by adding a single image. To do that, we're going to click on the image icon here, and we're going to keep holding the mouse button down when we click. Then we're just going to drag it over to the page and kind of decide where we want to put it. You'll see this dotted box appear when you drag the icon over, letting you know where the image will end up on the page. So when you've got it where you want it, just let go of the mouse button. The edit window automatically comes up here, so we can finish choosing the picture that we want right away. Right now we're looking at the Own Image tab, which will allow us to upload a picture from the PC that we're currently on. So we can click the Choose File or Browse button to locate the image on our own PC, and then select it with our mouse by clicking on it and then click the Open button. And then we just have to wait for the image now to transfer to the website. But that's really all there is to uploading your own image. It's not too difficult. You also have the choice, though, of choosing from a large number of stock images from the image library. And to do that, we just click on the image library tab toward the bottom, and right away some relevant photos should pop up. I think it's best, though, to use the search box. You can look for an image that you really want rather than just traversing through countless pages. So let's type in pasta and press enter, and we'll wait and see what kind of photos come back. And when the results come up, we can move the mouse button over the thumbnails to see a larger preview of a couple of these images, which is nice. And there's a few thousand pages of results here, so we can just use the arrow button at the bottom to go to the next page, the next page, previous page, to see more of the images. So now that we have our results, we have to make a decision. Let's pick one, and then we'll click on it, and then we'll click on the Insert button. If we scroll up now, we can see a preview of the image. The preview is a really good feature so that we can now decide if we want to use some of the tools here to align the image, say in the center of the page, which might look nicer, or if we want to make the image a little bit larger. And these options will also work if you uploaded your own image as well. So regardless of whether it's a stock photo or if it's your own image, it's the same tools. And so if you're uploading your own image and you don't have the software, the tools available to make the edits, you can also click on this Edit Image button, which is great. We can make some more changes. You can crop your photo to a specific section by grabbing these little handles around the edge, and then you just shrink the selection box down to the area of the image that you want displayed. If the image is too dark or too light, you can use the slider bars here to adjust the image accordingly. Or you can use the rotate and flip buttons to reorient the image. There's also some options to make some other effects like a border or even some text overlay if you have the premium package. The text overlay feature is nice because you can put your own name or your business name as text over the image. It'll be kind of see-through, and that will help deter other people from reusing your images because it'll have your name basically overlaid over top of it. But I don't really want to make any of these changes right now, so we're just going to click the close button instead of saving our changes, and then we're going to click OK to discard the changes that we made. And now the last thing that we have to do yet is add a subtitle or a link. And any text that you put in this subtitle box is just going to come up below the image as like a little descriptor. So we can type something here. You can also link this photo to another page of your website or even another website altogether if someone would click on the image. But let's just keep it simple. We're going to click cancel, scroll down to save our changes, and now we can see the image on our page. And if later we want to make some more changes, all we have to do is just click on the element again and the edit window comes right back up. but we also need to play with the photo gallery. So let's go back to the Insert Elements button, and then we'll go to the Multimedia category. And this time we're going to click and hold the mouse button down on the photo gallery icon, and we're going to drag it over to our page where we want it to go, and then let go of the mouse button. Again, the edit box is going to come up right away, and some of these settings are going to look familiar because they'll be the same as the image element that we were just using. And then right off the bat we can upload multiple pictures. Since this is going to be a gallery of photos, we're going to have multiple photos, so it's nice to be able to upload more than one image at a time. So let's do that. If you want to upload more than one image, what you're going to have to do is hold down the control button on your keyboard and keep holding it as you click the different photos you want to upload. Holding the control button down will allow you to select multiple photos to upload at one time. And if you're on a Mac users would use the command button instead. So when you've selected all of the photos that you want, you can click the open button, and then we'll click the upload button. And the uploading will begin. Once the uploading completes, your pictures will be displayed in this list format, and then we can add subtitles for each of them, just like we did earlier. We can change the order now by clicking and dragging the photos to the right position. So just hold the mouse button down, move it up or down. For each photo, you can use this trash can button to delete it, the gear button to edit the image, where you can change the brightness or crop the photo, all of that stuff that we were discussing earlier, or this chain link icon for linking the image to another web page. We could even combine our own uploaded images from our own PC with the photos from the image library, kind of like a mix and match kind of thing. You would just have to go to the image library, search for the photo, and insert it, just like we did earlier. But we also need to choose now how the photo gallery will be displayed, and there's a few options. Under the gallery format section here, we can choose between a tiled display by clicking this button, and then decide if we want all the image thumbnails to be perfect squares with no white space around them in case they're not a perfect square, or we can choose to the full image in thumbnail form, which will fill in white space if the image is not a perfect square. And there are also options here for what kind of border you want around the image, if any, and buttons to make the thumbnails larger or smaller, which is important. Another option though is you can use the image slideshow, which is basically going to display one photo at a time with arrows on the left and the right to go to the previous or next photo in the gallery. And you can set the transition effect between photos, or the interval for displaying the images, how many seconds for each image, and also the height of the little gallery. And the last option would be this flash-based full screen slideshow, which is basically similar to the last option, has many of the same settings, but you can also go full screen. So you may have to click around and test each one out to see which one fits you best. You just want to make sure that you click the save button at the bottom when you're done, and if you want to make a change later, all you have to do is click on it and the edit window comes back up and you can make more changes. Additional help can be found at faq.oneandone.com.